Today, we're presenting Art to Life for Success, how art and social media saved my life. So, art and social media literally saved my life. I went to college with graphic design, focus on my degree, and I was recruited for track and field. 2010 from William E. Grady High School in Coney Island, Brooklyn. Allowed me to network with people, perform a little bit, and work with some of my track and field teammates on the anti-bullying school tour in 2011. The recession hit and affected my family a little bit, so me and some of my friends had to drop out of school and take a leave of absence and focus on the brand a lot more. So homelessness hit, and that was an experience that let me sleep on couches, sleep in the studio futon. I spent the summer in the projects. Things that I never knew would happen to me and my family happened. On the way though, extraordinary things happened. I believe in miracles, I'm Christian. Extraordinary things happened, and I got a chance to meet guys like Damon John, who started FUBU, and Les Brown in California on the school tour. So this is my mom and my dad. They had me in 1992. They're from the island of Jamaica, and they taught me a lot about entrepreneurship. So my dad actually used to design t-shirts in the house. Like he took these classes when I was in junior high school. Took these classes for screen printing, and he used to make these bulldog t-shirts, like a stencil, in the tub. And I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Why are you doing it in the tub? I was inspired by it. I said, wow, like this stays, the t-shirt stays. He made one for me. And I was like, man, like, what are we supposed to do with this? He said, no, just wear it around, There was also a time where it was New Year's Eve, and he made these t-shirts with like a magazine cover on it. It was like a hypnotic bottle, like a champagne bottle. And I thought it was cool. I was like, Dad, that's dope. He made a couple of them at Times Square. He said, yo, man, I want you to sell some of these t-shirts. And I said, how am I supposed to sell this? It's cold outside. Like, I'm a kid. Like, what do you mean? He goes, man, I'm trying to teach you something. I was like, all right, cool. So he's like, just sell them for $10, man, and keep your half of it. So I was like, all right, cool. Nobody was buying it at first. I'm like, t-shirts. Nobody's buying it. So I came up with a plan. Maybe I can sell 2 for 10. 2 for 10 t-shirts. Like, oh, let me get 2 of those. So I learned stuff on the journey about entrepreneurship and sales and marketing from working with my dad. My mom, with entrepreneurship, she was a daycare teacher for over 10 years, and ended up opening 2 daycare centers on her own. So my parents really inspired me when it comes to entrepreneurship. And coming from the island of Jamaica and being immigrants that changed their lives and became citizens here was a big deal to me and a big inspiration to me. So Creative Boys Culture. This was our first photo shoot campaign. Anthony Leslie was a guy that from Canarsie, Brooklyn, that we met at the studio. I worked with these group of guys that were older than us. My uncle, his name is Bananas, he's a producer. He was producing for about 8 to 10 years, and teamed up with another studio called Studio 100 Records. And they owned the studio. They would make beats there. Artists would book the studio for studio time. We ended up on BET's 106 in Park and BET's Rap City with the clothing brand Creative Boys Culture. And a lot of artists started coming to the studio, booking the time, and we got free studio time from that. Corey McDonald became a professional model with his brother Tori McDonald, and they do a bunch of campaigns for different brands. So Creative Boys Culture was a collective that allowed us to be, it was a springboard that allowed us to be professionals today. In 2011, we got the opportunity to collaborate with a company called Picture Farm Productions, and they allowed us to film a music video for free. We actually went to uh, a casting call to model for New Era brand. It was a hat brand that does hat designs and merchandise for sports teams, like professional sports teams, the NBA, NHL, and NFL. When we modeled the hats, the director liked the music that we were playing on the Bluetooth speaker, and he found out that we made music and offered us to do the music video for a BlackBerry jingle that we made called BBML. The jingle went viral. This was my freshman to sophomore year of college, still at UNH, and we traveled back and forth between Connecticut and New York in order to film it. In the visual itself, we all wore a Creative Voice Culture t-shirt and designs from the collection. Everyone in this as well is a musician or an artist, and that's Anthony, and the second one as the director. So in high school, I got a chance to meet these Japanese photographers in Soho, New York. Soho was like this eclectic neighborhood that allows young artists, young social media web surfers, skateboarders to go there and meet each other through this platform called MySpace and Facebook. And we would go to the stores like Supreme Skateboard store. We would go to Billionaire Boys Club, the store, and just hang out and talk and meet each other. People from all over the country would be there. So while we were hanging out, I happened to wear my t-shirt that day, and a Japanese photographer stopped me and asked if I wanted to take some photos. When I asked what it was for, he said it's for a magazine called Warp Magazine in Japan. This was 2008. He told us where to get it, get the printed version, and we found it at a bookstore. Pharrell Williams just so happened to be featured on that cover, so we were lucky to have that as a marketing opportunity. We were filming BBM the video from before. We were filming a promo video for it in Williamsburg, and Reginald stopped us and said, "What is this for?" He told us that he was getting ready to work for this brand, this streetwear brand called Entre Lifestyle, and he wants to collaborate and just get to know us. He's a guy that actually he's from LA, used to live in Atlanta, and he was in New York working in fashion and publicity. So he invited us to Fashion Night Out. You guys know Fashion Night Out? Fashion Night Out in New York, the exciting night where designers and brand owners come out to meet their audience and their supporters. So Marc Jacobs had a store showing with the collection, and he was showing up there. Went to the store, and the camera right here is Anthony, the guy that had the skateboard. Anthony was filming it, so it was like a bunch of kids wearing these splatter t-shirts. Anthony turns the camera on, and there's a long line around the corner, and we skip the line. Marc Jacobs was like, "Hey, who are you guys? Come over. And we're like, "Yo, we got a t-shirt for you." He's like, give me. She shows it to everyone. He's like, "Yo, Marc Jacobs endorsed this, man." So that was another opportunity. And if you have an art show that's an experience for people, you allow yourself to also give people something that like a souvenir. Man, I'm driving Uber, I need a little. Why can't they donate to me after being motivated? Or why can't my friends who make music videos receive donations on their projects? CDs were taken away from us, the artists and the musicians, in 2010, 2011-ish, 2009. So when the CDs were taken away and radios didn't have CD players anymore, it inspired me to help people with the send gift button. It started off as a donate button. Originally I wanted it to be accessible, so you can just click a heart or a dollar sign. Originally it was a dollar sign. You just click the dollar sign underneath the comments and just send somebody a donation because you're inspired. It's performing arts, design, making a presentation, and collaborating with your classmates. In some of my peers' life, they shared their stories with me. During 2020, I got certified as a life coach. So it was like a realization that I was able to help a lot of people throughout my life, my friends, my family members, co-workers, people who went off into different industries. So I found a passion for coaching people in general, coaching them and holding them accountable towards their goals and their careers, and for their lifestyles, for who they want to be. So life coaching gave me a lot of principles to live by. And one of them is having an amazing daily routine, especially a morning routine, where you can either work out in the morning or do some stretches, or say something to yourself that allows you to feel like you love your life and you love who you are.